Hello and welcome to this short tutorial on 7 steps to raising money for your goals. My name is Edirin Edewor. I'm the founder of Online Publishers and Entrepreneurs Network. I'm an Amazon bestselling author, international speaker, coach, trainer, consultant, and publisher as well. And I want to be sharing with you today 7 steps to raising money for your goals. And the 7 steps are actually very easy. The first thing you want to do, first of all, is get your money mindset right. Then, number two is think with the end in mind, then multiply. Number three, you have to do the math. Number four, select a product for each price category. You are creating multiple streams of income, possibly. Number five is researching on products that fit each price category based on your abilities and capabilities, learning necessary skills to be able to achieve those. Number six is choosing one product and a category to get started with. And number seven is creating a marketing plan and selling. So I'm going to go through these ones one after the other. I'll try my best to make sure that I do it quick enough so that you can go through this and start taking action immediately. So the very first thing is getting your money mindset right. And the reason why this is number one, and the reason why I always stress about mindset is the fact that many times our money goals may seem very daunting. Many times there are certain things that we would like to achieve, but because the cost of being able to achieve them is very high, we tend to just blow it away or we tend to forget about it. So the reason why people do this is because of one thing called a fixed mindset. Now, there are two types of mindset. There's a fixed mindset and growth mindset. The people who have a fixed mindset usually believe that they can't do more than their present capabilities. But there is an amazing quote by the past president of Liberia, Sir Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, who said that um, your goals must exceed your current capacity to be able to achieve them. And if your goals don't scare you, they are not big enough. And the reason why she says this is because you, as a human being, are supposed to be improving every single day. And if you keep doing things that are in line with your present capacities, you will just remain at the same point. You will not grow, you will not stretch. The same thing applies to your money mindset. If you keep setting very low standards for yourself based on your present situation, circumstances, your country of birth, where you're born, the certain things that are surrounding you, your educational status, your business level, and all of that, even your own experience, it will be very difficult for you to be able to achieve certain goals that your mates are achieving, that you actually dream about achieving. So it's important that you get your money mindset right. You must realize that the people who are millionaires and billionaires today didn't fall from the sky. They didn't fall on a tree. They didn't fall from a tree. They didn't climb up. They didn't get to the mountain by falling there. They climbed up. They started just as you and I, and they were able to, grow and increase their money mindset and stretch their minds and their beliefs about money for them to be able to get to the point that they are today. You can only grow to your capacity for you to be able to imagine how far you can grow. If you're not able to see yourself becoming a millionaire or a billionaire, you can't get there. You must first of all see it in your mind's eye before you achieve it. So you must first of all get your money mindset right. If you want to achieve certain things and it looks like a dream for you, you need to get to the point where you begin to believe that you are worthy, you are deserving of earning that amount of money. You're deserving of having that amount of money in your bank account. If you want to become a millionaire in dollars, you need to get yourself to the point where you believe that you are deserving of becoming a millionaire. And no matter your circumstances, no matter your situation, no matter your country or wherever it is that you come from, you can do it because people out there are doing it every single day. There are more billionaires and millionaires in the world now than there's ever been in the whole world. That means that there is a shift in mindset, and you have to be part of that if you want to be able to achieve the results that those people are achieving as well. The second step is actually being able to think with the end in mind. So it's not enough for you to say, oh, I want to be successful, I want to be a millionaire. Exactly how much do you want to earn? You must be able to think about it. You must be able to give yourself a time frame for you to want to achieve those goals. You must set a goal that is specific, measurable, achievable, and time bound. It doesn't necessarily have to be realistic at this moment because, again, we said at the beginning that your goals must exceed your present capacity to achieve them. So they're not usually realistic at the beginning. And as Mark Zuckerberg said, ideas don't usually come fully formed. Same thing with our goals. We don't usually have the entire idea and the entire map to achieving those goals initially, but we just need to be able to take the first step. But having a picture of what you want to achieve, that's the end. Having that picture in your mind will help you to be able to, take the first step in achieving those things. So let's say, for example, you want to raise $1,000, $10,000, $200,000, $1,000,000. Think with the end in mind, then multiply. remember that your goals must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. One, then two, you must always aim very high. And another reason why I do not like people setting realistic goals is that you usually aim for those goals and you hate it, but you might be doing yourself a big disservice by doing that. Imagine if you had aimed higher, you'd have been able to hit more than you have actually currently achieved. Many times it's our distresses and our pressures and our problems that usually help us to realize how much further we can stretch, how much more we can fight, how much more we can keep going. And if we don't have those stretches, if we don't have those pressures, we'll not be able to see how much more we can actually produce. So it's important for you to be able to set goals and then multiply those goals. So for example, you want to make $200,000. You may give yourself a target of $1 million because it's possible for you to get to $200,000, maybe get to 250 or 300. You may not necessarily hit 300, but your initial goal of $200,000, you've hit it and passed it. So that's what I usually do when I'm setting my own goals, and it helps a lot. And I think that it will also help for you to think with the end in mind and multiply. Number three is do the math. And this is where I'm going to actually go to the next slide. Do the math. So let's say we want to make $200,000 to buy a second passport in another country. That's usually the term that we refer to as citizenship by investment. You want to be able to get a second passport by investing in the economy of another country. You need approximately $200,000 to do so. You're giving yourself maybe a period of 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years to do so. It may seem daunting initially to want to do this, but when you're able to break it down into bite-sized chunks, it is easy for you to actually see a pathway to achieving that. You know, there's a proverb that I really love, and it says, how do you eat an elephant? It's the same way you eat every other thing, by taking one bite at a time. Taking that big daunting goal of $200,000 that you've probably never seen in your life before, and creating a pathway to actually getting there needs you actually breaking it down to bite size. So what does that mean? It means you basically asking yourself, exactly what do I need to do to be able to earn this amount of money? How many products do I need to sell to how many people? Or how much products do I need to sell to how many people in order for me to hit that goal? So I've broken it down in the left-hand side of your slide as you're seeing on the screen. So you could sell a $1,000 product to 200 people and you would make your $200,000. Or you could get 400 people to buy $500 worth of product, or a $500 product, or you could get 800 people to pay $250 for a product, or you could get 1,600 people to pay $125 for a product, or you could get 3,200 people to pay $62.50 for a product, or 6,400 people to pay $32 for a product, or 12,800 to pay $16 for a product, or 25,600 people to pay $8 for a product, or 51,200 people to pay $4 for a product, or 102,400 people to pay $2 for a product, or 200,000 people to pay $1 for a product, or 400,000 people to pay 50 cents for a product. When you have done that part, it now begins to form in your mind's eye. You then begin to realize that, okay, is it that I have $1,000 product that I can sell to 200 people? Or I have, say, for example, a product of $62.50 that I can sell to 3,200 people. Or I have a product of $8 that I could sell to 25,600 people. Or I have a product of $1 that I could sell to 200,000 people. Now, when you have done that, you then come to the right-hand side. And this is where I usually classify these products into different categories. And I'm going to show you what they mean in the next slide. So you can see that the color schemes are coordinated according to the prices there. So the prices on the left that correlate with the colors on the right is basically the same thing. So for example, the colors that you see that are in blue show coaching, consulting, freelancing, memberships, forex, and specialized services. You can create products or coaching products, consulting products, freelancing products, membership products, earn forex currencies, or make specialized services worth $1,000 or $500 that you could sell to these categories of people. The second category is in red, and they include products like sales funnels, drop shipping, digital products, and memberships. You could create a $250 product, $125 product, $62.5 dollars products, you could create a membership that brings in either of these amounts, or drop shipping or selling products that bring in this amount, or digital products that bring in this amount, or memberships that bring in that amount. The third category is in green. That's category 3. And all of these categories, the four different steps that you see there, you can actually create $32, $16, $8, and $4 worth of products, either via drop shipping, meaning importation, digital products, ebooks, subscriptions, apps with in-app purchases, for any of these amounts. Now, the fact that the different prices seem to have different products themselves does not necessarily mean that you can only do drop shipping and mini importation of $32. You can do any of these that are in the green categories. You can create products worth $4, $8, $16, and $32 in any of these categories. Same thing with the red one. You can create sales funnels of $250, sales funnels of $125, sales funnels of $62.50. You can create memberships of $62.50, memberships of $125, memberships of $250. So any of these ones in red can apply to any of the products that are next to the points or the bullet points that are highlighted in red. Same thing, you go down to the bottom. So at the bottom, you can create apps, ebooks, FMCGs. FMCGs basically mean fast-moving consumer goods like food, like things that actually finish and people need to replace or replenish, things like even razor blades and shaving sticks, big things like lashes, things that like water, things like drinks, things like canned products, things like cosmetics and toiletries. Sanitary towels, for example, those are fast-moving consumer goods because they get finished quickly and people have to replace them, and they are needs that people need to actually get. So those are fast-moving consumer goods. You can sell them online. You can use drop shipping and mini importation to sell these things. You can also create apps and sell them on your app stores or your Google Play stores. You can also create ebooks for $2, for example, and actually create a sales funnel to sell it to thousands and thousands of people. Now, if you're confused about what I have just shared, I made it easier here. So what that basically means is the first ones that I highlighted in blue are called category 1. These are the high price, low volume products, which means that the price of the product is expensive, but the number of people that you need to sell it to, they're actually very low. So for example, if you're creating a product of $1,000, it's a high price product, but you only need to sell to 200 people for you to be able to make $200,000. And you can create a $1,000 consulting, $1,000 coaching, $1,000 specialized service. Like for example, I create published assets for people. I help people with publishing, and my services go from $1,000 and above. And you can also learn Forex to be able to earn $1,000 several times over. So these are high price, low volume products. The next category that was highlighted in red in the previous slides are high price, medium volume products, which means that the prices are still quite high, but the volumes are not necessarily as low as category 1. So for example, if we go back to the first slide, you can see that for the red, you are either selling to 800 people, 1,600 people, or 3,200 people. You're literally entering into the thousands. So it's medium volume. They're not a lot of people. They're not as much as people in category 1 who are selling high price products to low volume people, but they're not necessarily as much as those in categories 3 and 4. Okay. Now, category 3 is basically your low price, medium volume products. So these products are low price, but require a medium volume that's still quite in the thousands, large numbers of people to actually buy these products. If we go back to the slide again, you'll see that they're still in the thousands, and they're now getting to tens of thousands. So we have 6,400 people, 12,800 people, 25,600 people, 51,200 people. But you see that the prices are actually quite low because they're $4 products, $8 products, $16 and $32 products, which are quite low that almost anybody can actually pay for. And then the category 4 is the low price, high volume products. These products are actually very, very cheap, from $50 to about $2, but you require a high volume of people to sell to, or you are required to sell a high or a large volume of these products to people. So if you go back to the slide again, you see that we have products that are over, you need to sell to over 100,000 people if we are using the example of $200,000 and selling $2 products or a dollar product or a 50-cent product. Okay, So these products, for example, the low price, high volume products include apps, FMCGs, drop shipping, mini importation, ebooks. You can also sell that for cheap as well. Category 3 products include drop shipping, digital products like online courses, like online trainings, audio programs. Those are digital products, and also ebooks. Mini importation is also a great way to actually get low price products that you can sell to a large number of people. You can also do subscriptions. If you noticed, I had subscriptions in category 3 and memberships in category 2. The reason why I separated them is because memberships are actually usually more expensive than subscriptions. When you talk about subscriptions, they're usually something that ranges from about 20 something dollars to about $97. And then memberships are things that range from about $127 and above. So there's a difference between memberships and subscriptions. Memberships can be one-on-one membership coaching programs. Subscriptions can be group coaching subscription programs like I run in my own community as well. Now, so that is that for understanding the different categories and understanding the different pricing structures for the different kinds of products. Now, this is not in any way an exhaustive list. This is not saying that these are the only things that you can actually sell to raise that amount of money. This is just an example, and it's basically tailored towards people who sell services and especially to thought leaders as well. Okay, so it's not an exhaustive list. You can actually take this and then create your own for your own particular industry. So if you have a different industry that's different from any of these, you can actually create that. But many of these things that you have seen here are skills that you can actually learn. You can learn consulting, you can learn forex, you can learn a skill to provide specialized services. You can have a group coaching program to create subscriptions. You can actually build an app, or you can pay somebody to build an app for you and then put it on an app store and then get to marketing. So this video is not necessarily to teach you how to market, but there are several ways by which you can actually create a marketing strategy. So you can run Facebook ads to your products, Instagram ads, Twitter ads, basically social media ads. You can also create Google AdWords that you can put on blogs, on sites like Linda Ikeji and Why Naija, and Business Insider Inc. and entrepreneur websites and stuff like that. You can also have PR done where you can get to be on TV, get to be on radio, have newspaper articles written about your products, and then they are published. You can also build your own audience. People who already have their audience have a head start to people who don't have their audience already. So building your own audience can actually help you to sell a large number of products if you have a large audience as well. Word of mouth is also great in selling your products through referrals, brand evangelists, social proof, and people who have got shared reviews from using your products. Influencer marketing is also a great way. There is micro influencing, there are micro influencers, there's nano influencers, there's macro influencers. You can actually pay influencers to talk about your products and get your products in front of their audiences if you don't have your own audience. Then you can also leverage your network. If you have friends around you who have leverage online on social media or have a large following, you can leverage their network as well to also grow the word around your products. Okay, so that's it. So I'm going to leave you with this again. I said it earlier before. How do you eat an elephant? The same way you eat every other thing, one bite at a time. So don't let the $200,000 scare you. Break it down and ask yourself, how can I do this? How can I make this work for me? How many products do I need to sell? How many people do I need to sell to? What kind of products do I need to sell? What's my marketing strategy like? Once you have these simple steps, it's easy for you to be able to raise money for any single goal you want to. You just have to be able to understand how much you want it, raise your desires, raise your expectations, have the right mindset to be able to get there. Okay? And then finally, I'll leave you with this. Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can, and then get better. The statement usually stops at do what you can, but I usually like to add then get better. It's not enough for you to just do what you can. Sometimes your best may not be enough. You need to be able to learn skills to be able to multiply your abilities and capabilities so that you can get better. When you get better, you'll be able to do better and you'll be able to earn better. So that is an unknown quote reimagined by me, and I'm very excited to be sharing this with you. And I wish you all the best. And I would like to know if you have any questions, if you have any comments, if you want to share anything concerning this, if you're able to come up with your own plan, let me know in the comment section, and I'll be excited to hear what you have to say. So thank you so much for listening, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.